What's up everybody? Today in the garage we've got two Supras here. Brother was working on that last night doing some, I think a new AEM boost gauge and a new speaker or something. And for me, I decided I was going to start polishing my cam covers. So obviously a lot of work with these type of things, but this is only up to about the 400 grit stage. There's obviously a lot more to go. I chopped this little edge off here. I don't know if you guys would remember, but on a stock 2JZ cam cover, they have like this little thing that pops out here for a bracket, I assume. I just decided to go ahead and chop it off yesterday, but as you can tell, I went a little bit deep here. It was a bit rushed, and so I can feel that with my nail for sure. So I'm going to have to try to fill that with some aluminium welding, and I'll obviously try to fill these two holes at the same time. But as you can tell, getting quite smooth here with the sanding. And yeah, so going to work our way up the grits today, up to probably about 1200 or 2000 grit, and then hit it with the buffing wheel. And then yeah, I'm going to probably upgrade turbos at some stage in the near future, and so I won't bother polishing this just yet because that'll just be wasted effort. There's a alloy welding wire. Started filling the holes here. As you can tell, it's not very easy for me, but as you can see, there's a little bit of a discrepancy there. This one's a bit better. Gonna try and fill that again and sand it back and see how it goes. I don't know. Full noob at this shit. Okay, so it looks like I may have repaired filled the hole. Just ruined that a little bit there. Hopefully sanding it will do. I think they're a bit of a low spot there. Golly. But the holes are filled. That's a start. Let's start sanding. Filled the holes. I'm up to 800 grit, everybody, and then I'll work my way to 1200 and then potentially 2000 before we hit it with a buffing wheel. And hopefully it looks shiny. There's some issues here and I'm just going to ignore it and keep going. So here's just it's obviously just test fit. That's still about the 400 grit mark, and this is polished. Look at that. I mean, it's not perfect because I fucked up there, but for somebody that's standing back here, it's looking pretty good to me. And then the non-polished side. We're up to the second cam cover, and I've just been sitting in the garage at night because it's quite relaxing actually, but just sanding away with all the grits, working my way up, trying to spend heaps of time on like the 240, 320, 400, now up to 600 grit I think I am. Yeah, so 600 grit. I think the more effort and time you spend on the more coarser grits means that obviously the finish will be good. Because if you go up to like a 1200 but you haven't done the earlier sort of grits properly, then it's definitely still going to have those deeper scratches. Still got 800 grit and then 1200 to go. As you can see, like being a little bit dodge, this is the part that you see. You put the cam cover on, you won't see the rest, but this bit here, not really. I'm still polishing this, not bothering in here because this is all very much unseen. I'm not really spending any time on these areas either, to be honest with you. I've just sanded it a little bit, but I'm not going to go crazy because, I mean, and of course at the back here, also not going crazy. All the bits that are going to be seen when it's on the car is this main face here. Alright, so this is now gone through the full sort of sandpaper grit levels. This is 1200 grit. What you're looking for is like a super smooth surface. I like to touch this, I can't feel anything. Hopefully when I get the buff onto it, it will look nice. Let's see how it goes, guys. I don't know if you can see how shiny that is on camera, but in real life it's not too bad. Look, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the fact it's a DIY job. You can sort of see all the reflection. But taking off the throttle body to be polished. Good to go. Alright, anybody that's ever polished an intake manifold, I feel for you. It is a real pain in the ass. All these sort of areas here are just super hard to get to properly, I don't know, get rid of these little weird casting marks at a factory. Okay, so that was the final sand. That was 2000 grit, wet and dry. As you can kind of see, it looks, I guess, decently shiny. Obviously this is no polish yet, this is just sand, and it's a very smooth surface. All the runners, I did as best as I could. And yeah, so I'm gonna give it a quick pass with the polish and polishing wheel and see if it does look okay. Okay, so this is a quick polish with this drill, which is obviously not ideal. I'm gonna put a proper polishing wheel on this. Looking not too bad. There's still probably a bit of like high spots or haze throughout the thing, but I'm pretty happy with it. Well, I haven't even done the top or anything like that yet, but yeah, overall pretty satisfied. You can't see too much of the bad sort of sanding job that I did. All right, and here is the finished product of all the laborious sanding and polishing. It still doesn't look like crazy perfect, but it looks a lot better than it did before. And yeah, I mean, I'm overall satisfied, I guess. Now it just leaves this and this looking like sort of standing out like a sore thumb. And there's my brother over there working on his car, doing some repairs or not repairs really, eh?
Yeah, just clean up really.
Clean up.
Because I'm bored.
What else do we do during lockdown for F's sake?
Touch something.
So this is a dream garage, I'd say. Two very cool vehicles, both 2JZ powered. What more could you ask for, you know? So and well, just cleaned up the intercooler inside and out a little bit. Removed that
That's not clean, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Touching that shit, eh?
Maybe
just the end tanks.
So removing that piece that went across like inside that bar there looks kind of cool, I think.
Oh yeah.
It'd be good to see it on the floor, like out in flesh. And then Clint's interior looks freaking awesome. It's got this nice AEM gauges, like all integrated, and yeah, looking real proper. Contrary to my interior, looking a little bit like a big dildo there. I bought that shifter. I bought that shifter because I thought it would be like a bit small and quite cool because it's obviously got that exposed bit, but I kind of regret it now. So I'm thinking of just going back to a more OEM look, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see about that after. But for now, let's just appreciate the polishedness or whatever. See if it starts. That's fucking loud. Well, yeah, she starts.